Hello everybody, this is Saad with you again, your favorite realtor, and today I'm back at EXPO City because Emaar has just announced their brand new launch that is coming up right here. The new project is going to be called Terra Gardens, and this right here exactly that you see, all of this parking lot that you see is the exact site which is going to be the site of this very project. Now we're going to have 9 buildings that are coming up right here, which are going to share a huge 15,000 square meter park right in the middle. So just imagine the scale of the amenities and the lush greenery that's going to be right there in the middle of all of these buildings. To begin, Emaar is launching 2 of the 9 buildings which are going to be called Terra Gardens. Now in the last launch, where it was right there where you see all the cranes, that was Terra Heights, which was launched about a year ago by Emaar. They only launched 1 and 2 bedrooms. Now in this very launch, they are going to launch 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. Also, they're going to launch some podium townhouses as well. So that's a phenomenal opportunity. As you can see, the metro is passing right behind me. Now, people will be also pitching you some projects where a metro station is bound to come. But here, the metro station is already active and running. This is the exact site of the project. The metro station is literally 2 minutes away from you. The Emaar Expo Mall, which is right behind me right here, this is finally going to be operational in Q2 of 2027. So even before your project hands over, the mall is going to be right there operational. The metro station is going to be right there operational. And right after the metro station is the Dubai Exhibition Center, which is going to be the largest exhibition center in all of MENA region. So that is going to attract millions and millions of footfall every year. So all of those people will be needing accommodation for them when they do come for these events right here. So this is going to be one of those prime projects where it's walking distance from the metro, from the exhibition center, from the mall, that people will be looking to use. Short-term Airbnbs are going to be absolutely on fire over here. Long-term rentals are also going to perform very well because there's going to be 40,000 people working inside Expo City, and all of those people need accommodation. A huge point also to mention, we are literally 5 minutes away from Maktoum International Airport. It is right after Expo City. That is going to be the largest airport in the world, and the metro is 1 stop away from Maktoum as well. So many factors right here. The government has been investing billions in this area to enhance the infrastructure of this area and to make this literally the future hotspot of Dubai. Expo City is already bound to become the new downtown of Dubai. It's being represented by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed himself. He has endorsed this project. He has approved the new master plan of this area. And now Emaar is right here building a whole new portion of this very community. Behind me is the Dubai Traders Market as well, which is literally across the street from you. So Expo City is very strategically placed. We are on the intersection of Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and on that side is the Expo Road. We are right on the intersection, and the Expo Road is 1 short drive away from Sheikh Zayed Road. Super strategic location right here. You're going to be very close to all the hotspots of Dubai. The connectivity is amazing. Now Expo City is being developed by Expo City themselves, which is a government developer right here in Dubai. And very strategically, they've only partnered with 2 giants of developers right here in Dubai. They've handed over this plot for the Terra Heights and Terra Gardens to Emaar, and they're also giving a few plots to Aldar to build some amazing commercial spaces which are going to be used for offices right here. So only the top of the top developers are developing in this area, and just you can see by the infrastructure of this area, we have the beautiful Wasl Dome, which currently they're working on some kind of a setup. It's probably for a new concert that's going to be taking place inside. Absolutely mesmerizing structure right here. There's so many mesmerizing structures right here. We have restaurants, as you can see. It's a full house inside the restaurant. It's a weekday and the restaurant is packed, even though nobody's staying here yet. Over there, you can take a look. That is the first residential building that is due to be completed next year right here in Expo City. Those are the Sky Residences, and so those are Expo's projects. Emaar's projects are all near the mall area. So in terms of infrastructure, look, as an investor, you always want your project to have the best infrastructure right around it, and the best of the best infrastructure is already existing right here in Expo City. So in terms of having restaurants, offices, by the way, all of these buildings are office buildings. Some of the biggest companies are setting up their headquarters right here in all of these offices. as and when time passes, more and more offices will be coming up, more and more workforce will be growing over here. So eventually Expo will be home to about 40,000 people who will be working right here. So amazing infrastructure, amazing plan by the Dubai government. Now we're back in front of the trusted screen to take a look at a very detailed analysis into the Expo project. Now I promise to you, if you watch this part of the video from start to finish, it is completely gonna open up your eyes and shift your mindset towards this very opportunity. Expo City has the full focus of Dubai government, huge development coming up in this area, and this is definitely one of the hottest investment zones in all of Dubai real estate. Now, I personally have been keeping a very close eye on the entire development of Expo, the previous launches, the newer launches coming up, because I've had so many clients who've invested in this project, and also a big pipeline of clients who are looking to invest right now in this very project, looking to pick up units in bulk, even half to full floors in this very project. So let's not waste any time and get straight into the analysis. This is the investment case of Terra Gardens in Expo City. Let's begin by taking a look at the location, the extremely strategic location of Expo City. Now, this cluster that Emaar is developing is called EXPO Living, and this is the Expo City master plan. And this Emaar EXPO Living sits right on the top corner of this very Expo City master plan. Now, this road right here is the Expo Road. This here right here is Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road. It sits right on the intersection of both of these very major highways right here. And this Expo Road connects you directly to Sheikh Zayed Road, which is the lifeline of Dubai. This Sheikh Zayed Road can take you to any part of Dubai from end to end. Also, the Expo City is right here. You're very close to Jebel Ali Port, which is one of the biggest ports in all of the world, and a huge amount of the economic activity of the UAE happens in this area. You're also close to Dubai Investment Park, which is right next to you. Maktoum Airport is literally next door to you as well. Also, you're equidistant to both the palms, and this is going to be the beginning of the Dubai South district, extremely well connected. You also have the metro station that I showed you already existing right here, not something that's coming up, it's already there. So overall, extremely strategic location, very well planned by the Dubai government to place the Expo master plan right here. Now let's move along and take a look at the master plan of the Expo Living district in Expo City. So as I showed you, this is the mall. I was standing right here in the beginning part of this video, and this is exactly where Emaar is building this very community right here, community of buildings. And this park that you see right here, this park is not any small park. It's a 15,000 square meter park, absolutely massive facility. It's going to have a whole host of amenities, large pool areas, barbecue areas, kids playing areas, anything that you can imagine is all going to be right here. Huge common area for all the residents that are going to be staying right here in Terra Gardens. The old launch by Emaar, which was called Terra Heights, is up here. In every way, this is better. The floor plans are better. They've also introduced 3 bedrooms in this launch, and overall the location of this very cluster is extremely close to the mall, so perfectly located, very close to the metro station as well, and just a walking distance to the Dubai Exhibition Center, also closer to the main central area of Expo City where the dome is. It's very close to all those areas and all the offices as well. So this is the new master plan, and these 2 buildings are going to be the first launch into this. So keep in mind, there's many more launches to come, and Emaar is definitely going to increase the prices with each and every launch. There's already a small price bump from Terra Heights to Terra Gardens. There's a small price bump already. So as and when these new launches come up, Emaar is organically going to increase the prices of these properties for you. Every launch is going to have a 7 to 10% price bump. So it's a great time to get in early on this new cluster of Expo Living. Let's move along and take a look at what's on offer right here. So the unit mix, we have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. New addition in this launch is going to be the 3 bedrooms and the 3 bedroom podium townhouses as well. In terms of the number of units available, now these are combining the 2 buildings that are coming up. Both buildings combined are going to give you 323 1 beds, 209 2 beds, only 23 bedroom apartments, and only 8 podium townhouses. Now the floor plan of these podium townhouses is absolutely amazing. It's a very well designed podium townhouse. I really like the floor plan, and it's a steel deal. I really feel like at 4.9 million dirhams average price, this is a steal deal. Only 8 units right there. If you are someone who wanted to be inside of an Emaar townhouse in the EXPO Masterplan, don't miss out on this chance. Very few units available, and you know, the more scarcity that you have in any kind of units, the high demand that it will have in the future and the high capital appreciation it will face in the future. So definitely one of my hot favorites right here is a 3-bedroom townhouse at 4.9 million dirhams. But the average prices of the 1 beds are going to be at 1.6 million dirhams. The average price for the 2 bed is going to be 2.3 million dirhams, and the average price of the 3 bed is going to be 3.45 million dirhams. The average price per square foot of this project is going to be 2000 dirham per square foot, which is very, very well priced by Emaar for such an iconic and landmark of a destination. Let's move along and take a look at the payment plan. Again, standard 80-20 payment plan by Emaar. 20% to be paid every year, as you can see right here. 10% down payment, 10% in December. So in 2025, it's a 20% payment. In all of 2026, you're going to pay 10%, 20%. In 2027, also you pay 20%. 2028, you pay 20%. 29, you pay 20%. I like this payment plan by Emaar. They make it very straightforward. You know that your cash flow towards the property every year is going to be 20%. Very nice. Every 6 months, you're going to be paying 10% amount. The handover of this project is going to be in October 2029. Here are the renders of this very project. As you can see, one side of the building faces towards the Expo City, wider Expo City area. So you're going to have phenomenal views of the beautiful dome. It's going to have all kinds of light shows that are going to happening right there. And also you're going to overlook into the different beautiful monuments that are part of the Expo City master plan. You also overlook the metro station and the exhibition center on one side. On the other side, you look into the park area, which I'll also show you, but this is again from the side of the project how it looks like. Again, literally steps away from the metro station. This is the huge 15,000 square meter park that I was mentioning to you about. Phenomenal amenities going to be available right here. Going to add a lot of nature into this very project. So one side of the project is going to face into the park. So you either have amazing, beautiful green park views, or you're going to have amazing views of the Expo City dome area. Kids playing areas. Just look at the scale of this park right here. Huge park coming up. Huge pools, beautiful sitting areas, barbecue areas, kids playing areas. A lot of things going to be happening right here. Again, another shot of the kids pool. Beautiful pool area right here. Now another shot of how this amazing park is going to be developed by Emaar. As you can see, lots of sporting courts right here. You can see paddle tennis courts, nice seating areas right here, lots of cabanas, lots of trees and greenery in this very park. You also have a stage for shows and performances. You're going to have food trucks and multiple seating areas within this very park as well. This is how the interiors look like, overlooking into the beautiful park. This is the lobby area. This is a view from the living room. The corner units are going to have these amazing floor to ceiling windows, which are panoramic in terms of views. So this is the news updates when His Highness Sheikh Mohammed approved the new master plan of Expo City. Now, when was the last time did you see the ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, be a part of a master plan unveiling or anything like that? The answer is only 2 times. Once was when downtown Dubai was being planned. His Highness was right there in the presence to oversee the entire master plan, and Palm Jabal Ali is also something that His Highness is overlooking. But apart from those two, this is the only project that the ruler of Dubai is personally representing himself, approving the master plan himself. Now, Sheikh Mohammed's job is not to approve master plans of different real estate projects, but he has a very key interest in this very project. All right, so this was the headline when last year the new master plan of Expo was unveiled. He was right there taking a look very closely because he has a vision for this area and he wants to make sure that his vision is fulfilled. Now, just take a look at this tweet, right? His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, in the presence of Hamdan Mohammed, which is the Crown Prince of Dubai, approves the new master plan for Expo City, placing it as the center of Dubai's future growth. The new plan outlines Expo City's role in spearheading Dubai's future and development, enhancing the Emirates' global stature. Now, just read these words again. This is going to be the future hub of Dubai. The full focus of Dubai government is right here. This is going to be the centerpiece of the entire new development of Dubai, the entire Dubai South and Jebel Ali area. This is going to be the business, economic, residential, cultural, entertainment, events, the hub of all these places. So do not take this lightly. It is not every day that the ruler of Dubai himself is part of the planning and vision of a certain project. Now, this is his pet project, and you can rest assured that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed is going to make sure that this project completely fulfills and over delivers on all the promises that it makes today. So let's move along. Now let's take a look at the 2040 Urban Master Plan of Dubai. Now, in this new Urban Master Plan, there's only 5 urban centers that have been highlighted by the Dubai government, which is going to get a huge focus from the government in terms of amenities, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of all the services and facilities that are going to be part. Basically, the government's full focus is going to be on these areas to make them the key urban centers of Dubai. So 5 areas have been highlighted in the 2040 Urban Master Plan. So these are different pockets of Dubai, and each pocket has one urban center. So this is the oldest part of Dubai, and the urban center over here is going to be the Dera Bar Dubai area. This is going to have the city's historic essence. This will celebrate the Dubai's history, and it will preserve the heritage and traditions of this city. So that is going to be the first urban center. The second urban center is the Global Financial Hub, which is going to be Downtown Business Bay, DIFC. Now this is the second urban center, and this is going to be an international business hub for economic, financial and business activity. So each urban center has a certain role that is playing in the city's landscape. So the third area, which is this one right here, the third urban center is going to be Dubai Marina GBR. That is the tourism and entertainment center, a global destination for tourism, leisure and hotel hospitality. So that's going to be right here. Number 5, let's go to number 5 first. In this area, it's going to be Dubai Silicon Oasis, Knowledge and Innovation Center, international center that attracts talents and minds, contributing to the Dubai global growth and leadership of Dubai. So that is right here. And this entire district, which is all of Dubai South and Jebel Ali area. Now the urban center for this entire area is going to be Expo City, the international gate for exhibition and events, a new engine for economic growth supported by the activities of exhibition, global events and integrated logistics services. So again, very close to the port, very close to the new airport as well. So huge focus of the government on this very area. That's the reason why you saw Sheikh Mohammed himself being a part of the planning of this very master plan. Let's move along and take a look at all the major growth drivers in this very area. Now the mall, Dubai Expo Mall, is going to be operational 2027 Q2. It is going to be up and running even before the Terra Gardens project delivers. The mall is already going to be up and running. Now imagine being next door to a massive Emaar mall. That is a huge facility to have right next to you. This is going to be a huge driver of growth. Once this mall is operational, I can guarantee you there's at least going to be a 15 to 20% price bump in all the properties that are close to it. I'm talking about the Terra Gardens, Terra Heights, all the Expo City launches as well. They're going to have a significant boost in their capital appreciation once this mall is up and going. So that is a huge facility to have. Up next is Expo Metro Station, already alive and working, fully operational as of today. You can take this metro and visit Expo City whenever you please. Huge infrastructure and transport facility right here. Public transport is on point with Expo City. The next stop after this is going to be Maktoum International Airport. So literally you can come out from your home, take the metro, head straight to the airport and catch a flight in the future. And when people land in the airport, this can be their first stop literally when they enter Dubai. So that's a huge facility to have, already operational and alive. Let's move along and check out the Dubai Exhibition Center. We're going to focus a little more on this part of Expo City. Now Dubai Exhibition Center is going to become the largest exhibition center in all of the MENA region. The World Trade Center that you see today, where all the exhibitions happened recently, we had the JITEX that happened over there, that is completely going to shut down and all the operations are going to move into Dubai Exhibition Center. This is going to be one of the largest drivers of visitors right here in Expo City. This current exhibition center is being expanded all the way there and all the way there, and it's going to become the largest exhibition center in all of the MENA region. Again, 10 billion dirhams of investment going behind into the development of this Dubai Exhibition Center. Once it is expanded, it is going to have 26 halls, and it's going to stretch 1.2 kilometers wide, and it can attract a footfall of 50,000 visitors daily, and it is bound to host 600 plus events every calendar year. So that is going to be a huge game changer for the Expo area. And this is not something that is coming up. The exhibition center is already there. It already hosts a bunch of events, but it is going to be expanded. And the other exhibition center, which is World Trade Center, is going to shut down, and then all of the exhibitions are going to be taking place right here. So this is not something that is a fantasy or something. This is already there. It is just being expanded, and while it's being expanded, it's already hosting a bunch of events that are already happening over here. These are the events that have already happened in 2025, and we also have some events that are coming up right here. You can see all these events are coming up in this calendar year itself. So Dubai Exhibition Center is already hosting a lot of events, and the number of events that it hosts are only going to keep rising and rising as and when it gets expanded. And these are some of the events that are going to be taking place in 2026. Some prominent names right here. JITEX is going to happen right here. Gulf Food is happening in January. So a lot of huge events are going to be happening. And this is JITEX 5.0, which is going to happen in 2026, 7 to 11 December. And they've already announced that Expo City Dubai is going to be the venue for this very exhibition. Dubai Exhibition Center is going to host the JITEX of 2026. 200 plus people are going to be visiting this very event itself. Just one event we're talking about over a span of 4 days. That's a huge amount of footfall. And to be honest, these 200,000 people by the end of next year are not going to have enough accommodation. They're not going to have even enough accommodation. They'll probably have to rent out in far off places and make their way to the Dubai Exhibition Center to attend these. Now imagine if you have a residence right here, which you can put on short Airbnb, you can completely and totally capitalize on all this footfall that is going to be coming up in the future years. Not just this one event, I'm talking about 365 days, 600 plus events, continuous footfall coming into the Dubai Exhibition Center, and you can place yourself right there to capitalize on all of these visitors who will be looking for accommodation within the Expo City itself, to be close to the exhibition center, to cut down on their travel time. Let's move along and take a look at what kind of visitor footfall can we expect with Dubai Exhibition Center. Already in 2025, we had 8 million visitors coming to the Dubai Exhibition Center. Now, all of these 8 million people, we only have 2 hotels right now in Dubai Expo City. We have Rove Expo City, and then we have Cheval Maison, which is a newly opened 5-star hotel. Again, both of these have very limited number of rooms inside. I believe the Rove has about 300 rooms and Cheval Maison has only about 150 rooms. So less than 500 rooms in just these hotels. 8 million visitors have visited Expo City already this year, and every year the number is going to go higher and higher. By 2030, you can expect between 50 to 20 million people visiting Dubai Exhibition Center for all the various events that are going to be taking place right there. So that's again a phenomenal growth driver for your very property right here in the Expo area. The amount of footfall that the exhibition center is going to generate is going to be insane. Now let's take a look at the next growth driver for you when you invest in Expo City. Al Maktoum International Airport, DWC. This is going to be 5 times larger than the already existing Dubai International Airport. So the Dubai government is investing 128 billion dirhams into the expansion of this very airport. Now this airport already exists. Flights do already land and take off from this very airport. People do visit this airport and use this airport, but it is just going to be expanded. And once the expansion is complete, Dubai International Airport will be completely shut down, and this will become the first touch point of anyone who comes into Dubai. This will be the first touch point. So the first thing that anyone sees when they come to Dubai is going to be Al Maktoum International Airport, and right after that is going to be Expo City. That's another huge growth driver for you. Right next to you, Al Maktoum International Airport. So the phase 1 of this expansion is going to be completed in 2032, and it will have the capacity to serve 150 passengers annually. And when the full expansion is completed, it can host 260 million passengers annually. It will have 5 runways, 5 different terminals. So it's going to be the largest airport in the world. That's the plan for this airport. And this is going to be literally the first touch point of anyone that comes into Dubai. So that's a huge growth factor for you. Now let's take a look at the businesses and MNCs in Expo City. So you can take a look already. A huge number of multinational companies are setting up shop, their headquarters in Expo City. We have Siemens, Siemens Energy, Emirates, Ticketmaster, Bragg, NG, DP World, Vaio, Fujifilm, Terminus. So many prominent big companies are opening up their headquarters right here, and this is just going to increase more and more as time passes. The Dubai government wants to have 40,000 people working right here in Expo City, and they will definitely incentivize business owners to have their headquarters right here. Now, Expo City also has a whole host of concerts and entertainment events that happen all year round. Now, this was one of the concerts that happened in the Wasl Dome. Let's take a look at the list of concerts that have already taken place in Expo City. You can take a look. Some very prominent names right here. You can take a look. You have Black Eyed Peas, you have A.R. Rahman, you had Jason Derulo, you had Katy Perry, Marshmello. All of these people have already performed in Expo City. And these are some more list of performances that have already happened in Expo City. Expo City is also home to some of the most amazing and beautiful architectural marvels and experiences. We're going to take a look at some of them. Now just take a look at the architecture of this very building. This is the Aleph Mobility Pavilion. It is an extremely eye-catching structure in the middle of Expo City. We also have the surreal waterfall that looks extremely beautiful in the daytime and in the nighttime. We have the Terra Sustainability Pavilion. Now this is a huge solar panel that they have built right here. So again, Expo City is a very sustainable master plan. A lot of their power and electricity generation happens from these very solar panels. This is the Russia Pavilion, again an extremely eye-catching structure. This is the UAE Pavilion that looks very special. This is the Saudi Arabia Pavilion, again amazing piece of architecture right here. This is the Al Wasl Dome. This is one of the largest domes in all of the world. It's absolutely special. When the light shows happen, this is one of the best experiences that you'll have if you can go in there and have an experience of the amazing light shows that happen right there. This is another look of the dome from the inside. This is when one of the concerts was taking place. This is how they set up the entire dome for these concerts. Now let's take a look at the developers and products that are in Expo City. So in Expo City, as I mentioned, you have Expo City doing the bulk of the development, major development coming up by Expo City, and then they have also given Emaar and Aldar the opportunity to participate in the Expo project by building their own projects right there. So Aldar is only going to do office and commercial buildings, but Emaar is going to do residential buildings as well. So Expo Valley being done by Expo City, these were townhouses, semi-detached villas and independent villas, which is a different part of Expo City, the Expo Valley. And then in the middle of the Expo City plan, we had mangrove residences, sky residences, Sidr residences, which are all between 1 to 4 bedroom apartments. Then we had the Al Waha signature residences, 1 and 2 bedroom lofts and apartments. Very unique idea, very unique design. They are retrofitting the office buildings right there and building some amazing signature luxurious apartments right there in Al Waha. I really love that project as well. And then Emaar's project, first came Terra Heights, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, and then now the new launch is Terra Gardens, which is going to be 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, and also the podium townhouses as well. So Emaar has introduced the 3 bedroom option for the first time in Expo. Last launch we only had 1 and 2 bedrooms. Let's move along and take a look at when are the handovers and how many units are there per project. Yeah, Mangrove will be the first to hand over. Mangrove Residences, Q3 of 2026 will be the handover, 450 units only. Up next will be Expo Valley. End of next year, you're going to have 532 mix of townhouses, semi-detached villas and villas, 532 units over there. Al Waha Signature Residences will hand over in Q1 of 2027, only 284 units. Sky Residences, Q2 2027, 416 units. Sidr Residences, Q1 2028, 455 units. Emaar's Terra Heights in Q1 of 2029, 1,004 units, and Terra Gardens in Q4 of 2029, that is going to come with 560 units. In total, since 2022, they've only launched 3,689 units in the entire EXPO master plan. That's all that they've launched. Extremely low supply area right here. As I mentioned, since its initiation in 2022, total units launched in EXPO City is 3,689. Now, I like to make this comparison with another project in Business Bay by a top developer, Bengati Skyrise, launched in Business Bay with 3,333 units in a single project. One plot had 3 buildings and those had 3,333 units, and the entire broad EXPO City master plan has only 3,689 units launched so far. What does that mean? In a master plan of 5.48 square kilometers, EXPO City has 3,689 units. In a tiny plot of 0.03 square kilometers, Bengati has one project, one solo project that has 3,333 units. That means EXPO City has a similar supply in an area which is 182 times larger than the plot of Bengati Skyrise. Now, this is what you need to take a look at: supply and demand metrics. Huge land parcel right here with EXPO City, very few apartments coming up. A lot of emphasis on openness, on workplaces, on offices, on malls, on monuments, on eye-catching structures, and very few residences in the middle of all of this. So EXPO City is going to be one of those areas that the supply is never going to be enough. The supply will always be in a mismatch. There's always going to be higher demand than supply in EXPO City. Let's move along and take a look at the supply and demand metrics now. In 2025, we have a total of 0 units currently in EXPO City, and we already have 5,000 people working in EXPO City. In 2026, 982 units will deliver in 2026 for 8,000 people that are working there. By 2027, the number will grow to 1,682 and the workforce will grow to 12,000 people working there. In 2028, 2,137 units will be delivered and the workforce is estimated to be 18,000 at that time. In 2029, when Terra Gardens is handing over, there'll be 3,689 units ready to go and there'll be 25,000 people working there. The master plan projects an eventual workforce of 40,000 people in EXPO City. By 2029, supply in EXPO City can only accommodate 14.75% of the workforce, which is 25,000 people. Visitor impact. The 14 million plus annual visitors for the exhibitions in DEC will further intensify the demand for short-term and long-term accommodation. What does that do for the Airbnb market in EXPO City? Out of all the people working in EXPO City, only a small percentage of them can even stay in EXPO City because the supply is that low. We are completely not looking at the short-term visitors that are going to be coming in right there for the exhibition centers. Now, if they are there, half the people are trying to short-term rent, the other half are probably going to long-term rent. You can understand that no matter how you play this game, there's going to be a very short supply in EXPO City. There's always going to be a huge demand and very low supply in EXPO City. Let's move along and look at the investment case right here. So this is the chart of the price per square foot, average price per square foot for apartments in Dubai. So currently the average price per square foot of all of Dubai apartments is 1,711 dirhams per square foot. In EXPO City, you get to enter at 2,000 dirham per square foot. Only about 290 dirham per square foot difference for a completely iconic master plan, a master plan that is going to be a landmark, the new center of Dubai's future growth at 2,000 dirham per square foot, just a little bit above the Dubai average. The Dubai average is 1,700. Does EXPO City in any way look like an average project to you? This is in no way an average project. This is an iconic project. This is going to be the new downtown. This is going to be where Dubai government is going to focus all of their resources and energy to build this place into one of the most prominent areas of the entire Dubai South and Jebel Ali district. So this is definitely a very low price for you to enter EXPO City right now. this price can easily be at around 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 dirham per square foot because of the supply and demand metrics that we took a look at. Definitely very high potential of growth for Expo City. Let's take a look at how apartments in Dubai are growing in terms of their prices. Apartments witnessed an annual growth of 23.6% in Dubai. All right. Some areas have gone up 31%, like Greens, Palm Jumeirah 28.3%, The Views 27%, Town Square and Discovery Gardens 26.4%. But apartments on average, 23.6% growth annually. We are completely gonna cut this number down and be extremely conservative with our analysis and only take a look at 10% capital appreciation every year. Okay? Less than half of what is happening in the market. We're gonna cut that by half, more than half, 10% capital appreciation. Launch price, we're taking an example of the 2 beds right here. We're gonna look at the 2 beds investment case. Launch price 2.3 million dirhams. With a 10% capital appreciation every year, the prices are going to grow in 4 years to 3.367 million dirhams. That makes it a capital appreciation of 46%. That gives you a profit of 1.067 million dirhams on your property. Now, this is the example if you're looking to flip the property at the time of handover. Okay. Until handover, with that 80-20 payment plan, 80% of 2.3 million is 1.84 million dirhams. Until handover, you're going to pay 1.84 million dirhams, and this is when the exhibition center will be expanded in its first phase. The mall will be open. All of the people will be visiting Expo City for all the events that happen there. The mall will be active, so that's also going to have a lot of visitors. Concerts, everything is going to be happening. The airport will still be under progress, but more and more flights will start taking up from that airport in 2029. But in 2029, when you've paid 1.84 million dirhams, you can take home a profit of 1.06 million dirhams. That makes it an ROE of 58%. In the most conservative case that we have, 23% is the growth in Dubai, 23.6%. We have only taken 10% as our first case. Let's take a look at a second case where we bump it up to 12.5% capital appreciation every year. Your 2.3 million apartment will grow to 3.68 million in price. That's 60% in capital appreciation. You make a profit of 1.38 million by investing 1.84 million. In 2029, if you're flipping before paying the final amount, you can exit with an ROE of 75% in our mid case. In our optimistic case, which is 15%, still lower than what is happening in the market today, 2.3 million grows to a price of 4.02 million dirhams. That is 75% capital appreciation. You can take home a profit of 1.72 million dirhams by investing 1.84 million dirhams. That makes it an ROE of 94% in a case where you're looking to sell at the time of handover. Amazing numbers right here. Now let's take a look at what can you expect in terms of rental income. Okay. So now these are the prices that we plugged in from our previous example, like over here 4.03 in 15% capital appreciation. 4.03 is right here, and the other examples are right here. Okay. So if at the time of handover, the market price of the 2-bedroom unit is 3.36 million dirhams. In our case 1, we are only expecting 5%. Again, you know, the average in the market is 7 to 8% in Dubai, and in such kind of an area, it's going to be even higher. But let's just be very, very conservative and expect a 5% rental income. Okay. Based on the market price. So 5% based on the market price of 3.36 million is 168,000 dirhams. And your original price was 2.3 million dirhams. So that makes it a gross ROI of 7.3% for your long-term rentals right here. Now, in our mid case, if the price grows to 3.68 million dirhams, you can expect a rent of 184,000 dirhams. That will give you 8% ROI gross. And in our most optimistic case of 15%, if the property price is at around 4.02 million, you can expect a rent of 201,000 dirhams. That gives you 8.8% gross ROI. And this is only taking our case 1, which is 5% rental income. Now let's look at our case 2, where we just increase the rent by 1%. We are expecting 6% rent on the market price. Okay, so these remain the same, but the rent is increased. We are expecting 6% rent, which is still very conservative based on the market rentals in up and coming areas. So with a 6% rent, based on this price of 3.36 million, you can make 202,000 dirhams. That gives you 8.8% gross ROI. With a price of 3.68 million, you can make 221,000 dirhams of rental income. That is 9.6%. And if the price touches 4.02 million, which is very possible, you can make a rental income of 241,000 dirhams. That is 10.5% of gross rental income. Amazing numbers right here. So you can expect your rentals to be anywhere between 7.3% all the way up to 10.5% in this very project for a 2-bedroom apartment. Now let's take a look at Airbnbs. What can you expect if you're doing a short-term rental model right here? Now, I'm going to show you some very surprising numbers of the Rove Hotel that is in Expo City, the room prices in Rove Hotel. Okay. Now, just look at the room prices. 2,000 dirhams for a 280 square feet small studio suite. 4,700 dirhams for a 463 square feet room. 6,400 dirhams for a 689 square foot room. Now 685 square feet, this is more like a 1-bedroom apartment. We are looking at a 2-bedroom apartment in Expo City, which is almost 1,200 square feet. 1,200 square feet. This is 689 square feet. This can host 4 people. In your 2-bedroom apartment, you could probably host 6 to 8 people. Okay. 6,400 for a 1-bedroom. We have a 2-bedroom. Now, whatever these prices are, I'm going to completely discount all of these for our very conservative analysis. 2,000 for the studio, 6,400 for a 1-bed. For our 2-bed, we are only going to start from 1,000 dirhams a night. At 1,000 dirhams a night, you can have at 70% occupancy, 255,000 dirhams annual rental, and that makes it 11.1% gross ROI in a short-term rental model. If you bump it up to 1,500, you make 383,000 dirhams annually, and that is 16.7% gross income. If you bump it up to 2,000 dirhams, which is still matching the price of the studio in the Rove Hotel, your 2-bedroom apartment, a 1-bed is going at 6.4. Your 2-bed, if you're even putting it at 2,000, very reasonable prices, 511,000 dirhams annually, and your gross rental ROI is going to be 22.2%. Fantastic numbers right here for a short-term rental model. I don't believe any other project in Dubai can offer you rentals like this or growth like this. So this was the analysis of this project. I know it took some time, but if you stuck around, you understand what is the potential of this project in terms of ROIs, in terms of capital growth, in terms of all the visitors that will be coming in. That's the reason why I've been selling this project consistently to all my clients. We have picked up a lot of inventory in this project already, and I have a pipeline of clients who are looking to invest even more in this very project. The launch is going to take place on 26th of this month, 26th of October. So there's not much time. Please, if you're interested, do not miss this opportunity. The 1-beds and 2-beds are going to fly off. There's only 20 3-bedrooms and 8 3-bedroom townhouses. So I don't really think there's going to be anything left over if you're late in this very project. So don't miss this opportunity. This is one of the hottest launches that is out there in Dubai. Amazing investment case right here. So if you found this video informative, please do drop a like. And for now, this is Sadhwa Realtor signing off.